What is up, YouTubers? Johnza here, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable Deluxe Edition, or should I say Stanley Parable 2, where in the last episode we definitely got a few more endings, and we also found another new ending. One that we thought there was a tape recording of the narrator, but no, it wasn't him. But now that we've also gotten all the figurines as well, luckily you didn't have to look them all up either, they were pretty easy to find. And the narrator wants to check on something with them. I was going to go to a room and see, but now we're back here in the memory room, which is odd. The memory zone. Back here. Wait, this was not intriguing.
Here's where it all began.
Oh yeah.
First collectible. Back then we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Can I collect this one? 7 out of 6. Got an extra one. This looks like the boss's office. Wait, the executive bathroom? Wait.
And here was the second Stanley. You found this one all on your own, just by poking
Oh, the
around
memories,
the
right.
bathroom. You did that, Stanley.
We're going over all the places we found them.
Then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
And then this, going back this way.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand? Can you remember?
If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure after we did some of the bucket endings, I went to the understairs one first, and then I went to the red and blue one, so I'm pretty sure it was this one. If I'm guessing correctly. The under the stairs one.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here, under the stairs. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Oh, there we go.
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a figure in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
I think your thing is a little off there, buddy. Oh yeah, we saw this one. But I think it was, I guess because they didn't want to show both. But like, we did, our 4th one was the one in the red and blue, wait. Well, I mean, blue and red don't really make pink, they make purple. Well, I definitely know there was one here.
And this one was really something special. It
Was it?
behind the boss's office. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
You found it. By the narrator. What's that over there? It's the 5th mini stand. I wonder what would happen if you did this in like a different order than I did. Because you could have gone like completely different orders before, so... I'm very curious. I'll definitely like watch other people's Let's Plays. Because there's like, Jacksepticeye did his Let's Play, 8-Bit Ryan, and Dogku,
I spent a long time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Wow, it only took 8 minutes to do that. Okay, vent time. Oh, well, I guess I have to go this way. To the vent, right? The vent? The vent's next? The vent? Ah, yes. The vent. Oh.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here in the warehouse. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
See. The TV. I saw this in, I'm pretty sure it was, I think it was Jacksepticeye's thumbnail, but I did notice the TV before. Wait. It's our point of view. You are in the present.
And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
What? Memory zone!
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Okay, let's collect the figurines again. The last figurine.
This spot in the warehouse, I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more.
Well, I would go faster, but, there's a bridge of death. Okay. Moving on. Go, 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 go. More of the past. Let's go. The one behind the boss's office.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Yes, the video. Oh my gosh.
Yes, I love that video.
And then the pink room.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
I thought there was two doors. I mean, if there was a door that was white, then I guess it would make sense, but... Oh no, this is underneath the stairs.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next
Wait.
one.
Did we get an extra one? Oh wait, and then we're back to start, but wait. We're about to go to 17. Oh no, wait, we had another one after this, which... Wait, could I go this way? No. Okay. That's interesting. And then the bathroom. Okay, I was about to say, because I think we were off track a little bit. And 18.
Yes, I remember it too.
Yes, I remember.
The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines.
Ah, yes.
I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Collect them all. It was the Stanley Parable 2 in the collectibles back here.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then. The time does put a rosy filter on everything. In
It
fact,
really does.
I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
So we're going back again through the elevator. Oh, hello. The choice doors.
Oh, yes. The
Oh.
two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Classic. Oh, does it matter? Nope. Oh. And then our office.
And before everything else, there was your office.
Yep.
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
I don't think so.
I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling this story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Interesting. That was like another ending or something. And we're back. Very interesting. I like how the input thing's still here.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time.
I guess that's it for that. Interesting. Alright, well that's the Stanley figures. Okay. So with that, there should be only 2 endings left, and then we can go for the bucket endings, which are very interesting. I don't think there'll be as much bucket endings, but we can sure try. So there's one more, which was the escape room down this way.
He entered the door on his left.
So we have to go to the boss's office, go through the elevator, do all that.
Yet there was not a single person.
Yeah, now it doesn't say the stuff about the elevator. Why aren't you open?
Decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, that's interesting. It kind of like makes you think, who was the narrator before the narrator was a thing, you know?
Here's the door, just go.
Yep, thank you. Like, who was the narrator before the narrator, you know? What was he like? What was his life? Why did he invent Stanley? Why did he invent the Stanley Parable? All good questions, all good questions. I think it was definitely a deep ending for sure. Should be able to get these other 2 endings.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'm escaping.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had...
I don't believe you. I'm going forward.
Back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Well, I went down a spooky hole. I went down a spooky hole. Oh, what's this?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his
demise,
it reflected that his life had no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a
I can't jump either.
So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Ah. I'm an innocent lad! I don't deserve this! Oh.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oof. That's his boxes. The Stanley
And
Parable.
yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When
Who
every
knows?
path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Yeah, these are different layouts and stuff. This is like all the, I guess, like game stuff and all. Office computers. I guess we could try to look around, but yeah, there's a lot of spoilers in here. I guess like the development of the boss's office here. What's down here? Interesting. I think back here there might be something. Did I just show the narrator? Underground, the underground facility. Why does this feel new?
And finally, he pushed the number 9.
Kevin Brighton, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes.
Oh, I don't know. How about they're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing? Does that sound plausible to you?
Ah, interesting.
Stanley walked over the bridge.
Yeah, those are like the different narrations for the pre-alpha game or whatever. Interesting. I don't think I saw that room before. Well, I mean, I never actually really played the game, but like I at least looked through the other endings. There's the Freedom ending, the one we couldn't really get with the bucket, unfortunately, because you weren't allowed to monitor an elevator. Okay, that's the exit, so don't want to go there just yet. Let's go over here. Zenden model. Went through many interactions. This room represented the 4th version of the ending, and they thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it shortly before launch. Interesting. The meeting room. Yeah, it went through like all the different vent. There's a vent from the lodge to maintenance? Didn't know that. Interesting. Yeah, I guess like the different maps of the 2 doors. Permanent timer. Permanent ending a timer will give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone will lead to a different ending. Really? I don't think I've ever saw that. That's definitely going to be another ending we're going to have to see then, because I don't think I've ever saw that ending. Unless that's a brand new ending I never thought of? That's interesting. What's this? Narrator emails. Oh. I didn't nearly get to read that. Huh. I guess it's like emails to the narrator. Or, the voice actor for the narrator. Interesting. We have the war zone. Interesting. I think this is something. Battlefield of aliens. More office pieces. The office. I think this is where we started. It is. I'm going to backtrack and do some other stuff. See different routes I haven't taken yet. Mostly just looking around. Check that out. I don't think I checked this out. Oh, I actually came from this area. My bad. I don't think I went up here. That's what I didn't do. 427's office. I guess the different layouts and everything. I think this might be the final version. Because obviously we don't have 2 monitors and the desk isn't that small. So there's that. Ooh, loopy. Over here. I don't know if there's anything else I missed, but I think it's good to say, oh, we're good to...
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another.
Yeah, we do.
How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Is this so?
Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your Nintendo Switch. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now. It'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Well, it appears I am dead. But that was new dialogue, too. She mentioned about the Nintendo Switch. Which is what I'm playing on, too. Interesting. Oh, and I think normally you have to do it yourself to restart the game, but no, the game restarts for you. Interesting. Well, now I want to do that phone ending now, the other new phone ending, if you just let it sit for 15 seconds.
What could it mean? Stanley decided
So we have to go to the right. That was where we were pretty much going to be going for the last ending, too, because there's another option. More hallway? Extra long hallway, interesting.
When Stanley came to assess
Going here.
this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yep.
It was okay.
He has nothing else to say, but it was okay. That's interesting.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I didn't, but I'm going to go for a quick bathroom break. Okay, and I'm back.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Oh yeah, I'm very surprised. Okay, let's go.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
I think I was on the right foot, though.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you
All this time.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Oh, is there?
Someone you've forgotten about.
Is there?
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for, this is it, Stanley, your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Has she? Alright.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her.
Take my hands off the controller.
Place your
I'm
faith
just
in
gonna
another.
sit here.
Then pick up the phone.
Nope. Not gonna do it. I don't even think I've seen this ending. I don't even know if it was in the original game. Nope. Not picking it up. Nah. Nope. Just gonna sit here. Nothing? Swear it's probably been like 15 seconds already. Okay, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. Okay, so it's already been 10, and I definitely waited longer than 5 seconds. I guess it was an ending that was supposedly added, I guess. I guess not. Okay, we'll just go for this ending then.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope.
Narrator?
Life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Yes.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
I grabbed the plug and I unplugged it.
I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
Oh, bullshit.
Comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand.
Really?
How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it.
What?
How had I not noticed it sooner?
What?
You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Guilty. As charged.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember,
I forgot how to
right
read.
here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I am supposed to be having a back sack and crack."
Is it 4:30 already? I have to go back for some sack and crack. What?
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process.
Now, I don't know about that choice.
Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less?
Good
And
question.
finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back.
Whoa.
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're fully informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay, I will follow your lead. Oh.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all.
But I want to
We just
jump.
need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Is that so? Guess we won't make. Oh, why thank you, sir. Do 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 da 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 da.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Yes. We will make it back to the real world. Yes.
Remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would.
Okay.
That means
Get
choosing
ready.
responsibly and always putting the story first.
Yes.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
I got it.
All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright. Gotta turn on Stanley mode. Stanley mode activated. The right door. Let's go. Right door.
No!
Oh.
Why did you do that?
Oh.
Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was thinking like Stanley, and Stanley went right the first time. I'm sorry. See, everything's fine. Everything's totally not a mess and destructive and
It's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we've talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To completely destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to.
No!
I have to.
Oh, wait, why is there glass here? Well. Oh, hey, we're here. Are we alive?
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground.
Sorry?
That would be funny. You just had to see. Didn't I
Maybe.
impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley?
I was. Stanley went through the right door to start off.
He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you. You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to behave exactly as Stanley would.
Oh.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
Got it. I will put the story first.
Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, I entered the door on my left. Good, yes.
Yet there was not a single person here
Either.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
It's not boarded up. No. No! No, but it's locked! No! Fine, whatever. Can't even go
Coming to a
downstairs.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Fine, I'm going to my boss's office. That's fine. Oh.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Nightshark 115. Oh wait, this game doesn't have a microphone in it. I can't talk.
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115. He spoke it into the receiver. Right there
Night
on the
Shark
phone.
115. Night Shark 115. Night Shark 115.
I'm sorry, is there a problem?
I can't
You didn't
speak.
mishear me, did you?
No.
Please speak the code into the receiver.
You know I
Otherwise you
can't
get
talk.
on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I can't talk. Well, I don't know what else to say. Hello? I can't talk. I can't even pick up the phone.
Fine, you're not going to do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you had better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
Oh,
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors...
I've been taken out of Stanley. The game was like, you know what, screw it. You've been making meaningful choices.
Okay. Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk.
The end.
Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to...
Yeah, this is the
You cannot exist without
true ending, I guess.
Stanley.
Or the main ending.
It's just fine. They're both correct. You can't be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you could ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there?
Stanley?
Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct and is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
And we never saw Stanley again. Alright, so that should be all the known endings that I know about. I don't think there's any other different endings at all. Besides the bucket endings,
Workers were gone.
which I think I have time for at least one
Stanley
bucket
decided
ending.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
But Stanley picked his bucket up.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Yes. Our good old bucket. Jim the Bucket. Alrighty.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Let's do the taking over the world one, the one with the with machine. Yeah, let's do that one. I'm gonna try to get through all the endings that I can.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
I'm just glad to be back in the broom closet again. Alright. Onwards. Downstairs could be
Coming to a
interesting too.
staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
We walked upstairs to the boss's office. I don't think we can use the elevator. Oh, no, we can. Come on, let's go for an elevator ride, bucket. Alright, that's far enough. Alright, let's continue.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication
crap.
of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes.
I don't know. Was he guiding him?
The most logical explanation.
This will definitely be some interesting endings. Maybe we'll focus on one side than the other. I don't know. Because technically with the one where we kind of try to go away from everything that the narrator says, like the very first ending that we got, especially for the bucket, well actually it was the second ending for the bucket, we couldn't choose between the blue or red door. So both of those endings kind of became one.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, but now we have our journey with our bucket. We could go off the edge, but I think there'll be another ending. We'll just go for the mind control one first.
An enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Yes, it is a mystery indeed. But yeah, we'll jump off next time. But yeah, maybe I'll try to do everything in one side and then go to the other side.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
Drop the bucket in shock.
The office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
But so far, every ending with the bucket is different, so I wanted to check those out.
And it very nearly burst into tears.
So we gotta go through all the endings again, but with the bucket.
Reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Since we kind of already heard all this. So how many endings would there be? So following off this, we have escape room, down the stairs, so that's 3 in this section. In the other one, there's the stuff with the phone. That's a possible 2 endings right there.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it.
So there's that. There's falling to his death. There's the event.
His one friend in
ending.
The entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except
confusion.
the bucket.
I think that's it. So, like, 7 more endings? I guess that's not too bad. Alright, Bucket, we're gonna rule the world, you and me, let's go.
With emotions, happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his
We're turning this bad baby on.
Stanley decided that this machinery would never again... But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls.
Oh.
Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along?
The bucket!
Take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this?
Bucket, how could
Stanley
you?
was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds.
Oh.
Silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Oh. This is what you wanted all along.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another.
Ah, birds!
This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, living through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Oh, and there's the first one. We went through all of them. Parrots. Yeah, it like really like makes it new endings, which is interesting. The bucket turned on the machine. Oh, bucket, why?
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer.
Come on, bucket.
Warmth spread through Stanley's eyes.
Yeah.
With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Okay, let's do the jumping off
Stanley
one.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the
Door on his left. Yes, that's what we did. Come on, bucket. Let us continue our journey.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the
Guess someone's playing Mario Kart 8.
now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet simply because I have no
Okay.
remaining stickers.
He has nothing else to
You
say.
can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. Coming
I'll
for
do that
stickers.
one last,
Stanley and the
because there's
bucket
still 2
walked
other stuff to do
the
over here.
boss's office.
So we gotta go to the mind control facility and then jump off the certain point, which is the one thing I almost forgot.
Stepping
Almost
into
did.
the manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the simple. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew?
At least we can skip through this without him being like, oh, you not let the narrator talk.
Logical explanation.
Alright, come on, Bucket Jim. We're getting through this. Let's get that bucket, engage. Yes, we must get all the endings for the bucket. Every single one. Funny enough, this is supposed to be the last recording in the session, but I think I'll put all of it all into my laptop again, and
Control facility.
this is already a set of videos, so I'm gonna have to do another set after this. But it's worth it to get the bucket endings. And this will be all done in one day, too.
Television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Yes, very interesting. Before going to the monitors, I think I'll at least turn them on so we have a little more brightness. I'll do that.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears.
Oh, wait, over here.
Cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Oh, no, it won't.
But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall.
Oh, thank God.
Now, what to do next, Stanley wondered.
Hmm.
Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here.
I guess that's true. We have.
So they set up a little couch and relaxed.
Oh.
It really wasn't so bad down here. A bit
Yeah.
cold, perhaps.
Oh.
After some time had gone by, they installed new shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette.
Hey, look.
Useful for
It's
when
the bucket
was
show.
craving convenience. But it wasn't
Oh.
until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home.
Ah,
In
yes.
fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was out there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning.
Oh, no, it's gonna be.
Unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending.
I already got the
It
true
made no
ending.
sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. Bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
And then they turn into bones. Cool. I think we're fast enough. I think we can get at least one more ending. Oh wait, there's still the escape ending. I guess we can go and do that one quickly. I shall go. Onwards with the bucket. I could do this all in one more video.
And smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest
Alright.
and enter.
And after this, we'll end off the video, and then we'll only have one more ending on this side, and then we have all the rest of the right side to do.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his
That's
boss's
going to be the
office
start of the
was
next
going to
episode.
send
We're going to go for the
Stanley and
escape
bucket
room
walked
next.
upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, but Stanley guessed the correct code
Yep.
by sheer luck. Was it the
Let me through, please. Or let us through, me and Bucket Jim.
This is certainly the
Let's go,
most
Bucket Jim.
explanation.
Okay, down we go. Man, I sure wish I had that skip button. Alrighty, escape room. Let's go. We're gonna escape, Bucket. Let's go.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Now, me and the Bucket are gonna continue forward.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity
Stanley and the
to turn
bucket.
around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Come on, Bucket. We're going through this. Let's go. Whee! This game is fun. Da 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 da. Whoa, we're about to be squished, Bucket. Oh,
The machine
okay, there we go.
And Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise. Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying the bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Bucket. Oh.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
Poor Bucket. Is it going to say the Stanley Parable too? Nah, it's
It was
just
a
Stanley
shame,
Parable.
the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are
Oh,
radiant
what
in
is
their own
this?
way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
The Bucket. Welcome to the grand exhibit. You are standing in pursuit of the knowledge, much like the bucket itself. The human mind is frequently empty within a conversation void, but through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind became full of blah blah blah. I'm just gonna skim through this. You could you could pause the video and read the rest if you want. You learn blah blah blah, accept blah 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 blah. Turn a blind eye, continue your lives as you were, ignore in darkness. Interesting. So it's pretty much a new exhibit.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the
But it's my
hubris
bucket.
that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
You're right. The bucket, the inferno bucket. Oh, interesting. Oh, it's just the bucket ages. Stone ages, but it's bucket formed. Interesting.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
That much is true. It should be. Oh. Wait. Okay, hold on. I know I can... Wait. Oh. Oh.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
Oh.
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed.
Let Stanley die.
Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Well, I hate to tell you, but I think this magnificent bucket died as well. God, I know this episode's longer, but that's because I had to take a bathroom break anyway, so it had added in another recording. So, that's why I'm making this one a little bit longer. Alrighty, and with that, we'll end off the video. So, I just want to count out how many more endings. I think there's 5 more endings with the bucket, and then that's probably it. So, we probably only have 1 more episode left. Or 2, but we'll probably make it a long episode as well, so... Yeah, I'll just make the next episode a long one. So the 7th episode will be the last one. But let's see, we have... Going down the stairs on the left side, that's the only one left on the left side of the door. On the right side, we still got the stuff with the phone. That might be worth 2. There's a vent area. And there's the confusion ending area. I'm going to probably save the phone stuff for last. But we'll see. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna end things here. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys like this video, press like button or subscribe or whatever. I'll see you dudes in the next video. See you dudes next time.
You fucking dick shit! No! I'm gonna die! No! No!
First death in Minecraft.
No, everything's took all my XP too. Oh,
Unfortunately, I can't give your XP back.
I know!
I try to put everything back where it was.